All right, everyone. Welcome to this slideshow. I know I haven't made any content in a few weeks, but that's just how I do things. Today we've got a very special episode in which we're reviewing every card from the main set of Lorwyn Eclipsed, which is coming out soon. And with me, I have Paul Linehan.
Hey guys, Angel of Discord on YouTube.
And Maisie Ryan as well.
Hi, I'm Maisie.
And we will be talking about each card in the set, first in limited, and then in constructed, after just a brief overview of what it does. So, without further ado, let's get into the first white card. Card's Adept Water Shaper. It's a 3-mana Merfolk with it's a 3/4 that makes your other tap creatures indestructible. I think that this card is good in limited, but it won't always make you win automatically the way some rares do. What do you think of this card in limited, Paul?
I tend to agree with you on that. I think it's pretty powerful in limited. I don't know if Merfolk will be supported enough to see it in constructed. I definitely don't think in modern constructed. There's no way. Modern Merfolk has way better 2-drops, let alone 3-drops.
I hate to ask, sorry. Did we want to talk about, were you hoping to talk about constructed stuff too? I'm not as good with.
You can if you have something to say about it.
Because I can probably only really weigh in meaningfully on limited, sorry.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a good limited card. You're pretty much never going to cut it from a white deck, but I don't think you'd go out of your way to play it if you're not a mainly white deck. It's completely fine.
It's not like splash worthy.
No, certainly not, no.
Yeah, I feel that.
But it's a very above rate creature with a very meaningful ability. So
Yeah, I think, I was thinking like a
Just play
3 mana 3/4 is already not bad. And the
ability means you can attack with all of your creatures safely every turn, which is nice.
yeah, it even avoids, like, I feel like in limited there's a lot of things that destroy a tapped creature.
Yeah,
So that's kind of nice.
that's cool. I don't think this card is playable in standard. If there is a standard Merfolk deck, I see no reason that it would play this card.
Yeah, it doesn't seem super.
Other than just that it would need playables, because I think you
Yeah,
don't have a lot of selection, but yeah.
I guess the only thing I could see in any way in standard would be if they don't ban the cub, the Badger Mole cub. It protects your cub if it taps.
Whatever.
I don't think
Yeah,
that's,
the
I don't
colour
think that's
doesn't-
anything.
Yeah, it doesn't
But
seem
those
super
decks,
relevant.
like, aren't playing white, though, is the thing.
I
Mean,
thought
some do, but most play blue.
Celestia.
The ones I've seen mostly are Simic, but
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
even then, why would you play this card? There's just so much
it's too
better
much.
stuff.
Yeah, it's too much.
And
3.
If Merfolk has to play this card, it won't be a good deck. And if it is a good deck, it won't be
That's
playing
actually
this
a
card.
great point. Yeah,
That's a good
that's a
observation.
good way to look at it.
Let us press the space bar and move on. All right, next we've got the one of two planeswalkers.
Yeah, so-
Johnny, Outland Chaperone. 3 mana, 3 loyalty, +1 make a Kithkin token, -2, damage to a tapped creature, just
There's
like we
the-
were saying.
the reason that would be good, I guess. The only reason the previous card would be good.
And then -8,
That'll
Look at the
never
top.
happen.
it can.
I can.
Ultimates happen sometimes.
I guess I meant constructed, but you're right, limited.
Ultimates happen in
Ultimates
constructed
have been
sometimes.
constructed, yeah.
Okay.
And you get some non-land permanents from your deck. And
Oh yeah.
then you have them, which is nice. In limited, this is a planeswalker that makes tokens and kills creatures, so you should first pick it if you can.
Absolutely. I think the old standard for a good planeswalker was it it has an ability and it protects itself, right?
Yeah.
Protecting yourself's always big.
Is
yeah.
huge, right? And then so I mean it meets the standard.
It does, and it I mean, yeah, obviously it's good and limited. It's usually the 3 mana planeswalkers are narrower. These abilities are pretty broadly useful. I do think it's possible
constructed, yeah.
that in constructed this will be good. In like some kind of mono white planeswalkers deck is what I'm thinking.
That's
It's like
literally what
this
yeah, or
and
white
the
black.
4 mana Elspeth and the
Exactly.
5 mana Elspeth.
You got it. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, dude, I think that combination looks a lot like something that was happening in
I think the 4-mana
Standard
stuff
previously.
rotated.
Did it?
Yeah, that was with March of the Machines, and I
Oh, really?
that's
Okay.
gone now. Yeah.
Still, the 5 mana is the most relevant.
5 mana is really
Sorry.
good, but is there like a 4 mana
White
planeswalker
teams.
that makes tokens in Standard right now?
There might be in a different color.
I
And that
don't
would
know
probably.
in white.
The Ral does. Okay, well,
I think it's still. It
Oh,
could
yeah.
happen.
we'll see.
What's that called? Super Friends? Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like that
I
could
don't know.
happen.
Mono White Super Friends is
There
a
you
cool
go.
idea, but
And it might be Orzhov usually, I feel like, happens, because then you get more board wipes, and it's just kind of obnoxious to
Board
play
wipes
against
and white. I mean,
board
you don't
wiping.
yeah, I mean Day of Judgment's a white card. Also, like all of these planeswalkers make tokens, but that being said, you don't mind
I think
board
actually,
wiping because
now
you
that I
can
think
just
about
make
it,
more.
it's Orzhov because of the new Bitter Blossom card. Yeah. I think if you made a token deck, that would be clutch.
Okay.
You need like a generating
Token
tokens
deck?
every turn and then board wiping all the time. I
Yeah,
think.
there are a lot of good token cards. Cosmic Grand Zenith comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Let us, but it's competing with this card, and it isn't good in a deck that's playing a bunch of other expensive planeswalkers. So we'll see. But I think that it will be pretty hard for a card like this not to be playable. To
Yeah,
some
even
degree
blue-white
in
control.
constructed, just as like and maybe as a sideboard card against other control decks.
Totally.
But
It's decent. What do you think, Maisie, in terms of limited?
I mean, we kind of covered it all. It's a good card. That's
Yeah.
I mean, like that's
yeah, 3 mana
yeah.
planeswalkers.
I think this is also. I mean, it's way better than the Merfolk. I still would never splash for this, but I'd play it in every white deck.
you'd splash it if it costs 2 colorless, but it doesn't,
Yeah.
so you won't.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of tough to get too white for a splash. All right, let's. Boom.
Alright, Appeal to Aerodu is a 4 mana white combat trick. It gives +2/+1 to 2 creatures until end of turn it has Convoke. I think that it's playable and limited, but it's the first card I would cut if I need to cut a card.
What do you think, Maisie?
I feel like there's a world where I like this more, but every time I play like a +2/+1 to 2 creatures combat trick, it just feels like it's not doing enough to protect them.
That's a good point. Yeah.
If I the one thing I do like, this is 4 cost, which you have the base blue elementals that like playing 4+ mana spells. You
Oh,
have the
damn.
white merfolk that like convoking. There are some decks where I'm going to run 2 copies of this, and there are some decks where I'm going to begrudgingly run 1 copy of this. And I think it's going to be a very contextual card, but
Wow, good insight.
I do think that in base white creature decks, this is never going to be miserable, but
Yeah,
it's rarely going to be great without very specific context.
I don't think I have any insight that would be nearly as educated.
Oh.
That was really good. That was really smart.
One issue with this card is that combat tricks are a lot safer to use when you're attacking.
That is-
This is definitely a blocker.
Very true.
I agree.
When you
Unless you have a
attack,
vigilance deck, it's blocked.
it'll be harder to convoke.
That is also true. Good observation, Ben.
All right, let's do the next. Bark of Doran.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, you can read them.
Alright, Bark of Doran. This is a 1 and a white equipment that gives a creature +0/+1. It equips for 1, and if the creature's toughness is greater than its power, it deals damage equal to its toughness. If either of you want to say something, you can go for it first.
You go first.
Okay. So obviously you pretty much never want to play this. I will say
It's a reference.
green, white, and black all have a few cards that are that do get some bonus from this.
This is Commander to me. This is just designed for Commander. That's it. Not even good Commander, but good Commander.
I don't know if I should like jump into that, but honestly, I mean the Commander decks that want this are the ones that already have a Commander that's doing this effect, so you don't
that's
even
a good
want it
point
there.
too. Yeah, is it playable anywhere? It's an uncommon too.
I mean,
it's rough.
I'm gonna say that there are gonna be some limited decks, especially probably black-white counters, that might get up to 6 or 7 creatures that get an extra bonus from this, and if you're in that range, then I actually am okay with this.
I think Treefolk not being an actual tribe might make a difference.
It is a sub theme of. Sorry.
I think it's actually. There you go.
It is a sub theme of Orzhov for the most part, and with a few in green. If you're in Orzhov 1/1 counters, you will occasionally have enough tree folk for this.
Yeah, pretty niche. Okay, what do you think, Ben?
I think that that word is pronounced niche,
Niche.
but also,
Ben, you might not be picking up on that, sure.
Yeah, I think you gotta.
what am I supposed?
I have no idea. That's not your fault at all.
Yeah, it's the
I
mic.
know. I just don't.
It's the connection. I think now it's going. Actually,
How are you knowing this?
Here you,
Oh, because of that thing. Okay.
yeah.
you can hear the warmness. I think of it. I can hold it for you if you want. Here you go, Mike. Here you go.
Ben, actually,
Ben, I know. I'm sorry. I was
um,
talking about the mic to Ben. There you go,
this
Mike. Ben.
card
Ben, Mike.
is better, in my opinion, than you two seem to think it is.
Oh, I'm glad you think so.
Limited. It's I like. What if it's Volshock Morningstar? I think it often will be a better version of that. Obviously, that's from a really long time ago, but equipment with cheap equip costs tend to be kind of okay in limited.
That's true.
And the equip cost is cheap. It depends how many creatures you have that this gives more than +1/+1 to. If I think what you would do is you'd take all your creatures, lay them out, and figure out what the average toughness power difference is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably, I think if it's above 2, or if it's at 2, I guess, or if it's like even above 1, honestly.
No,
then that's good.
Yeah,
Then this is a good card.
I
think.
agree. Just
But I think you usually will have it's closer to like 0.4 at best. So as the average power toughness to power difference.
yeah, I will say be aware that you don't get a power buff if your creature already has higher power than toughness. Then it's just +1 toughness. But otherwise, no,
Yeah.
I think you're totally on it. One other thing I did remember. There's a 1/3 flying merfolk for 3 mana that taps, pumps another
Oh,
mini
that's
merfolk.
hilarious.
You can build your own Sarah Angel.
That's
which,
pretty
For
good.
pretty
that's not
cheapish,
nothing.
Yeah, that's actually kind
Am
of
I-
funny.
Also, sorry, one sec. Am I picking? Okay, yeah, I'm picking up. Sorry, I'm so.
Yeah.
All right, move along. All right, we've got our first
Oh,
of
weird.
the
Transform.
cards. This is the white one that transforms into a green card. It's called Rigid Klachen's Heart. Costs 3 mana for a Kithkin Warrior 3/2. When it enters or transforms, you get a Kithkin token, and you can pay a green to transform it at the beginning of your main phase into a creature that makes mana according to the number of creatures you control, and of course you can transform it back on your next main phase to get a token by paying a white. Limited bomb, definitely.
I know you guys are going to have a lot better insight than I will because you're already probably better skilled players than I am. But on top of that, I'm coming in blind. So I'm going to take a minute to read while you go for it, Maisie.
Of 2 observations, I was just going to say, number 1, the strongest part of this card is that it's a warrior on one side and a soldier on the other. You get huge points for that. The warrior and soldier payoffs in this set, that's huge. But I was just going to, Ben,
Whoa,
as far as it being a bomb, could you talk more about that?
It's just like amazing rate. You get a creature and a token, and then so you get the rate up front, and there's also no upward limit to the number of tokens you can make. You can just every 2 turns you get another token is the way I would use this card.
That's true.
For the most part. So it's just good if it dies. It will always be good. They have to kill it, but they don't want to because they already made a token, and I think cards like that are bombs.
I think that your evaluation is completely correct. For my own opinions, I would say I think personally this is just below a bomb, where I don't think its impact is always high enough. But I do think, like, I completely agree with your evaluation, so I think that it's a matter of semantics.
Yeah.
There's no question that it's a really good card.
It's worth building around. I think if you pull this in pack 1 or even maybe pack 2, I think.
And it's only 1 white. You need to play green. It's
much better if you flip it. Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it definitely isn't a
It falls
bomb.
into
But
like an
but
uncommon.
if you're
Yeah.
playing if you're not playing green, it's still like a good creature.
Yeah, I mean,
I
no
mean, you
matter
get a
what, you'll
point.
play it.
I mean, there's one in Edge of Eternities that's kind of like you
That's
can
this for 4.
exactly. Yeah, basically entirely. I mean the obviously you can warp it or whatever, but this is really honestly is just better.
I think most of these flip things are great limited. If there is a Kithkin standard deck, this could be in it.
Not to mention, I mean, it's pretty easy to splash green if you're in white for this card because it's not a necessary cost.
I will
That's a good point.
the white decks that want this are going to have maybe a hard time splashing green, but that is true. I mean, if you're in a soup deck that's not base green, no, yeah, you're right. I suppose just I don't think
It's
you'll
just
do
so
that
easy.
often.
Yeah, it's just so easy to.
But
like, the card's fine even if you don't flip
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing.
Yeah,
So like,
that's
if you just have like an Evolving Wilds and a Forest in your otherwise white deck,
That's it.
then you might as well.
Or maybe a mana of any color dork or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I'd be much happier with the mana of any color than I mean,
Yeah.
you wouldn't put in a forest just for this, of course, but yeah,
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, let's do the next one.
yeah, that was good.
Oh.
There you go.
There we go. We got the Burden Stone back.
It's a 2 mana 4/4 with enters with 2 -1/-1 counters. Can pay 2 and remove a counter to give something indestructible.
Okay.
It's a good
So-
card.
yeah.
Limited.
Or go.
It saves your creatures at instant speed and gets bigger when you do it. It's
Yeah.
nice.
So yeah, the downside of this card is not having a very relevant creature type, and the upside is everything else. This
That's a good point. Yeah.
is largely just a like. I shouldn't go so far as amazing, but this is a very good uncommon.
Seems like a very good uncommon. Yeah, it's like. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you can only use it as a sorcery, so that because they just
The
don't
downside.
let you have onboard tricks anymore.
Plus,
So-
it'd be
But
crazy.
it does let you attack with something that you otherwise wouldn't be able to attack with, which is good if you have the use for mana. But it's just a scaling 2-drop, and those are good.
Honestly, if it wasn't a sorcery, I feel like it could easily be a rare or even a mythic, just because you'd be able
That
to
would be
use
really
it like
good.
a combat trick, even to make it buffer and save something. It'd be crazy.
In addition to everything else, this is just a good card on its face, but there are also the many synergies of this that if your deck has black or red, 90% chance you're going to be able to have cards that put counters on this, which just makes it better and makes those cards better. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be very rare that you're not putting this in a white deck. I think it's universally very good.
I think it's hypothetically possible that some kind of constructed deck will, for some reason, want a creature that enters with 2 counters on it, and it could be that this is the cheapest one, but I don't think it is. So
That's true.
anyhow, the ability would not ever be relevant in constructed, unfortunately. But in limited, this is a good card.
Yes.
Undoubtedly.
Alright, next we have Klaken Festival. It's a tribal enchantment for Kithkin. It makes Kithkin tokens, and then 2 when it enters, and then you can pay
5.
5
Yeah.
to create another one. Good card in limited, I think. It's a bit below rate up front, but it synergizes well with what that tribe is trying to do, and it's tribal, which is nice. Furthermore, it scales into the late game. It's a mana sink, which is nice. But it isn't like amazing, but it's definitely a good card for white decks that you'll be happy to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think of that Ajani Planeswalker that we saw, and the idea of that mono white token stack that could happen.
Yeah.
This card would not be played in that deck because if it's
Well,
a
not
deck
construct, not construct.
Oh, okay.
limited.
Oh,
I meant,
yeah.
I meant the limited side.
Okay,
Yeah,
I see.
yeah. Obviously, it's not good enough for constructed. Yeah.
Yeah, not too much to weigh in here, but just yeah, I think that this is better than it looks just because it's synergizing with everything that White's doing in this set. So yeah.
I mean, it is kind of fun that you could also blink it.
That's cool.
Crib swap.
Classic.
It's back. It's not good. It's like playable, but good lord, will you be happy to cut this if you can for a removal spell that doesn't give your opponent a creature?
Instant exile. 1/1s aren't too relevant. The changeling actually is probably relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, giving your opponent a changeling sucks. It's back to, I mean, the 3 mana destroy a non-land permanent, give your opponent a human was bad in Wilds of Eldraine, and this is much better for your opponent.
Exile might not be relevant in limited. I don't know.
Exile could be relevant, but giving your
And
opponent
it's also only a creature.
Giving your
Yeah.
opponent something with a relevant creature type hurts bad.
Yeah.
It's outdated.
Curious Colossus.
This thing's big.
It's big.
Play this in limited and cast it. You'll more often than not win. It's expensive, but 7 mana
Yeah,
is achievable in limited.
This is the sort of thing that makes you mad when you're in limited and somebody plays this.
But yeah, you will probably win if you play this.
Oh my god! And not only does it
If
kind
you
of
cast
board
it.
wipe, but it looks like it doesn't matter even if you kill the Colossus, right? The creatures are still done. Yikes!
The one interesting note to me about this card is that both of the main white decks are pretty low to the ground, and that's not to say that they're directly aggressive, but you do want to be aware of how a 7-drop is impacting your curve. This is still good enough that you always want to get into your deck, but just having the awareness that sometimes your deck might just have a complete gap between 4-drop and 7-drop, and trying to see what you can do about that. But
I had a Boros deck in a Foundations draft that I 3-0'd with that had Sire of 7 Deaths in it, and I did not regret.
I bet you don't.
Card,
that card is disgusting.
I do also, I do remember I 3-0'd with like a Boros March of the Machines with a Tali. So
yeah,
there's some cards
you're
that
totally
sometimes
right.
you just play the bomb even if it's totally discongruous with everything.
Sometimes the
else in your
bomb that
deck.
wins the game is a bomb that wins the game.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly.
All right. Next flip card is Iridu, Carrier of Dawn. It's a 5-mana flying lifelink. Gives your creatures convoke. You can pay a black on your main phase to flip it into a flyer with lifelink that gives all your other non-token creatures persist. And you can pay a white to flip it back.
This is just dumb. I think this is really good.
Really good in limited.
I mean, obviously only limited, but it's just dumb in limited.
I don't know. So, like, again,
flying lifelink
some
in limited
people
is just
will
dumb.
play Baneslayer Angels in the sideboards of decks against mono red just because lifelink is good against those decks.
Yeah.
And people did that with the legendary one from Dominaria.
I think we have Baneslayer Angel off of Foundation.
But the actual Baneslayer Angel is in standard, isn't it? And that has first strike.
I don't think anybody plays
first
it.
strike.
So I don't know what, and also like why would you
I don't think
decide to flip
constructed.
this? I don't think I think only like the
Limited,
first two
disgusting,
cards.
constructed. I don't know.
The only things about this card that like actually
Commander.
matter are the first 2 words on it.
I agree. I think that the rest is commander shit, but I think
Yeah.
in limited this is just obviously
It's just good.
just good as
good
a
rate.
Yeah, exactly.
Baneslayer Angel.
One note that I do have is that I would be just thinking about, I feel like this is a lot of the time just going to be the no first strike Baneslayer Angel, that most decks that play this probably aren't going to be able to flip it and aren't going to care about that ability. Which,
True. Yeah, it's not really any different on the other side.
The second one does enable some combos.
Correct. And
that's like commander, yeah.
I would say, or
you just gotta like wait a turn and flip it to enable your combos after already paying 5 and paying another mana and waiting a turn. It's too
harmless.
much.
It's harmless, but yeah, it's not necessary.
There are going to be times that this just comes down, eats a removal spell, and it's like, I mean, that's like threats do that.
Especially 5 drops, that's always the risk.
This doesn't have immediate board presence, which is notable for how much of a bomb this is or isn't.
But some people don't always have it. They may seem like they do, but
absolutely. Absolutely.
They don't. And sometimes they die.
Yeah, then
exactly.
if your opponent doesn't have
Half
removal,
the
then
time.
this Bane slayers them to death. And
half the time that's all you need.
I don't think the first strike is usually relevant on,
Oh,
on
no.
Not at
Baneslayer,
all.
so
Not at all on a
I think
5/5
this is about
flyer
as
and
good as
limited.
Baneslayer, but I don't think most of the other stuff matters. And since there's no +1/+1 counters in this set, that you can't really combo in limited with the backside.
I'm sure there's some
but
commander
in-
deck that this is for.
I think there are like infinite combos with this in constructed.
Mm-hmm.
I think, but
Oh,
like,
oh, certainly. I mean, yeah, giving other things persist. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I'm sure
just
there
that,
there are in standard.
There has to be, right? Yeah.
You-
And definitely
it's just not
yeah.
worth it. There are better 2-card combos in standard that don't involve.
They don't cost 5 and wait a turn and then pay
Yeah.
1 and yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Encumbered Reachery. 2 mana for a 5/4 that enters with 3 counters.
This is like a worse version of the other one we saw that was like a 2-drop that was a 4/4 that had like a better way to
I mean,
remove the
it's
counters.
an entirely different card, but yeah, no, I mean you're not wrong.
This card is worse, and
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely got to be worse. but
not
I
having
guess
to
it's a
pay
merfolk
mana.
if that matters.
so the first time it attacks, it'll be a 3/2, and that kind of sucks because they will probably be able to trade with it by
Yeah.
then.
Right.
And
But-
it's worse later on. But,
Trading off a 2-drop isn't bad.
It's not. It's definitely not bad, and it's a merfolk, and the other one was what, a giant. So that makes a difference. Maybe I don't
It
know.
does.
This is never gonna look bad if it's coming down on curve, but other than that, I would be a little bit worried playing this outside a Merfolk deck just for how bad it's going to look in the late game if you can't synergize it.
Ugh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everstrike's Gift. 1 white. Aura. +1/+0 and flying.
This looks so familiar.
Pay 2 mana and Blight 2. Return it from the graveyard to your hand.
How many cards have we seen that are just slightly pretty much the same card?
No.
Basically, all cards are some.
They're all cards. That's true.
They're all
But like recurring
so-
enchantment for 1
Yeah.
that gives +1/+0 and flying and has a way, yeah, you can bring it back. It
These-
seems like there's a
I
lot.
think
So-
like 1, maybe 2.
When was the last time one of these was good?
This is a Maisie question because Maisie usually likes cards that are a little bit more controversial to me, but then makes them really good. So we're curious if Maisie has.
Yeah, what do you have to say?
Yeah,
for
Maisie,
yourself?
we're curious.
I'm gonna say I've played a lot of Shadows over Innistrad is a 2016 set, so that's worth considering. I've played a lot of Shadows over Innistrad cards, and Griff Spoon, which this card is pretty much the same thing as,
Yeah,
actually like performs way higher than you'd think it would. The one other thing is that I've looked through this. Oh, sorry.
that was me actually.
No, I stepped on the thing. If you look through the main creature types of this set, none of them have flying very often, and none of them have reach very often.
Oh, that's relevant.
I've-
That's relevant.
I have been through the set. There is not. This is a very, very, this is a quite low evasion set, and I do think you want to be really creature heavy for this, but there are games where I do think that this can win you. This can win games, but you do need to be very creature heavy, and it's going to be a board stall type board state, so I do think this is conventionally still not a very good playable, but I will play this sometimes.
Is this thing's recurring? I feel like its recurring ability is actually worse than Griff's Boon.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Shrinking your board to grow your board
Yeah, I got you.
is not what you want.
There you go.
I do agree with that. I will also say, while you're normally going to be in the creature type decks in this set, there are reasons to be in the off-color decks, like Dimir, Orzhov, Gruul, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And being in Orzhov is a bonus for this.
Yeah.
Not always a huge bonus, but it is a bonus. But otherwise, if you're in Kithkin or something like that, that is a consideration that this does also get worse. White and black, Kithkin and Merfolk do have some, do certainly have tokens you can dump counters on. Doesn't
I was
look
going to
great,
say,
but
are you allowed to blight 2 on a 1/1?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, that helps actually.
so I remain with you guys that this isn't good, but I will.
I think it has a
will-
place.
I'm going to be killed by it sometimes, but
Yeah, but is it common enough that it's good? Yeah.
but I don't know how many other people will.
out of every 10 copies of this that gets pulled, I think that 1 or 2 of them should get played.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well
Yeah.
said. Flock Imposter is
I always love changelings.
3 mana changeling for 3 mana changeling, 2/2
Ugh.
flash flying. When it enters, you may return another creature to your hand. This card sucks.
Yeah, your changeling tribal in commander will want this. That's it.
Does
There was a very similar card that was also pretty bad recently, and I don't remember what.
there
I
was
think of the squirrel.
there was
maybe?
one in Midnight Hunt that was a griff. I know that, but I don't.
But you can't pay 3 mana for a 2/2 anymore. It's not. It just isn't.
Even if it
done.
has flying, it's
The-
it's off. It's definitely changelings are always like over costed.
Yes, this is an overcosted card.
The only thing that I'll say about this, and I agree this is overcosted, this largely isn't good.
So only in changeling tribal.
You're not going to be happy about this in draft, but I do think that in sealed and pre-release, if there's any shot you're playing Kithkin, that is a deck that wants you to have more
To blink.
Kithkin.
Yeah.
No, it wants you to
Oh.
have other Kithkin really, really, really bad, and you will play this for the creature type.
Yep.
Other than that, I otherwise agree. Like this in draft, you want a better card, and in sealed, if you're not in Kithkin, you want a better
I
card.
guess you could save a creature with it. Is irrelevant.
Yeah,
Slightly.
but that never.
It's
It
not
never,
very
Yeah,
good.
that doesn't
works.
happen as often as you want.
Exactly.
It
It's
never
worse
works
than
out.
like I feel like there was in Bloomborough, like for example, a 2-drop, 2/1 flash gives a creature hexproof
Oh,
when it
yeah.
enters,
That
which
was
is just
great.
just
Yeah, I
a
mean, that
lot
was-
better.
Yeah, because that was an
For
honor
so
rate,
many
yeah.
reasons.
It just does what this wants to do so much
Did
better.
it for 2, and it didn't.
It was a
make you
2/1.
and you didn't have to recast the thing.
Exactly, and it saves it. It just seemed way better. Okay, so Gallant Fowl Knight, which is awesome. He's riding a giant chicken.
So 4 mana 3/4. When it enters, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Kithkins also get first strike. This card will be good in a Kithkin deck. I can
Yeah.
tell you that much.
I just gotta say, if I'm playing that Kithkin deck and I drop this, I'm gonna go, but God.
Easy does it there.
I thought maybe we concluded.
I don't know if we have that much to say.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
not
good
too
in
much more.
Kithkin.
Yeah,
Playable in Merfolk maybe, but
maybe. Yeah, I mean the 3/3s
They're
for 4.
cuttable.
Yeah, the 3/3s for 4 that pump your team were underperforming 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that you want this outside of Kithkin, but yeah, this is going to make some agonizing attacks in Kithkin.
Yeah,
so.
especially the first strike. I feel like on a bunch of like 2/1s basically
Yeah.
will be really good.
Gold Meadow Nomad. 1 mana 1/2.
This is another card that I feel like I've seen a million versions of this card.
1, exile it from your graveyard, make a Kithkin token. I think Kithkin are gonna want to flood the board with cheap things.
Mhm.
It's fun if you
So
have to
you'll
persist a 1/1.
For things like the last card we saw. So also it's great fodder for Blight.
Yeah,
That's the other thing.
Yeah, that was what I was just gonna say. Is that I keep talking about the Blight deck, but this is a great card for the Blight deck.
Totally.
Like Ben said, this is doing what you want to do in the Kithkin deck. And it's not like if your Merfolk deck is heavy on Convoke, I don't think you hate this there
Yeah.
either. This is one
Oh,
of the.
nice, yeah.
I don't know that there's that many. I don't know that you get a lot of options for common 1-drops in this set, so
Is there a sacrifice theme in this set? I
there
don't
is
know.
not. The
Blight
No, okay.
is a sacrifice theme.
Blight is
Kind
the
of,
sacrifice
yeah.
theme.
That's the closest.
This is never going to be insane, but it's going to be good quite often.
Don't play 3 of them though.
Don't play 3 of them. Ben's right.
Okay.
Keep out. Instant 4 damage to a top creature or destroy an enchantment. These are
These are fine. There's another one I've seen a billion of.
Fine.
It's real
As
standard.
far- so far, this and Crib Swap are both white removal spells that have been
Just done a million times.
Done a
They're
million
always
times
okay.
and
They're
kinda
mid.
bad.
They're just
And
mid.
I would much rather have something less situational because you want to, especially in a white deck. Like the thing about these white removal spells is you're usually in a white deck trying to kill your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
They're not attacking you; you're attacking them.
Yeah, that's especially in Kithkin. People are going to get misled by this having a Kithkin art, but like I would-
Sideboard, baby.
I would sometimes
for
mainboard this in
enchantments.
I would sometimes mainboard this in Merfolk. Almost, you're never going to want this in Kithkin.
Yeah, it's not great.
If you're playing like some weird 5-color elemental deck, you would play this.
Oh, yeah.
Are those
Probably.
Kithkin? Oh yeah,
I will.
they're
Yeah, I feel like. Oh yeah, I
They're
mean,
holding little
yeah.
scythes.
If your elemental deck, if your like splashy elemental deck is white heavy, you can totally play this too.
Or if
But-
you just need a kill spell in it.
Yeah, I feel like also a lot of these that we've been having lately like give you some life bonus,
This
and
doesn't do anything.
yeah, it's like the bonus on this is destroying an enchantment, and I just don't know how often you're gonna care. I don't think this is good.
Most of the enchantments in this set, like the one we saw with it makes tokens do something when they enter, so you don't want to spend a card
Exactly,
destroying
yeah.
them.
You get immediate board.
That's Ron
versus
Spencer
some.
did the art. That's cool.
Yeah, no, it is a really. I love the Ron
The
Spencer.
Ron
art.
Spencer is cool.
Yeah.
Binding.
Kin Binding is a 3 and 2 white enchantment, and your creatures get +X/+X, +1/+1 for each creature that came in this turn. And on combat, you get a Kithkin.
Oh, it's for
is
each
a-
one that entered.
Well, I was saying +1/+1 for each creature that came in, which is
Right, exactly. But
functionally.
at first I
get
thought
you.
it was the number of creatures you control.
Oh no,
but it's
no,
actually that
each creature
entered.
that came in.
So it's not as
Still-
insane.
It
It's
is
still good,
still
though.
insane.
It is still
It is definitely
This
still
is, like,
insane. Yeah.
You will win 90% of
Yeah.
games that you cast
This-
this. It's
It's pretty
It's
gross.
gonna be miserable. You're
This-
just gonna
yeah,
feel
it's
so much
very hard to remove.
hopeless when your opponent plays this.
In fact, maybe
against
this
you.
is the only reason to have the previous.
I was gonna
card
say, yeah,
that
this is when
destroys
you
an
want to be
enchantment.
bringing in keep out. But
yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
won't need it for
ironically.
this.
I think
Um,
that even including White's Mythics, this is probably White's best bomb. That just this is gonna win games so easy.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah,
Just you're
This card
as
is just insane.
great card.
unlimited. It's just insane.
I could foresee this being played in a control as like a sideboard.
I mean,
or
yeah.
a control
If you were
deck.
doing like that
Maybe.
Planeswalker tokens deck, like
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
you're getting the activation on this.
But
a
the
lot,
thing
but-
is that
Maybe.
Standard has the card Elspeth Storm Slayer in it.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
that might make it. Yeah.
So,
Mm.
yeah.
Do you really want this over that? Yeah.
Also, I don't understand why this and cards like it are not tribal. What's up with that?
I don't know.
I
Would it
think
be
that
too
they-
Why are they
good?
so? No, it wouldn't be.
I
too
think that the
good.
Kindred cards
I feel
are.
underpowered whenever it's.
I want to
Kindred
say
for
that they're
some
part
reason.
of. I think that they're part of cycles. That it's like, oh, we're gonna make a cycle of like
Ev-
one uncommon in each color that has this.
Oh, yeah, it's some
Everything has
stupid-
to be a cycle these days.
Yeah.
Everything
It's-
has to be like
It's
so.
it's completely
They
arbitrary.
can't just
I-
follow their hearts.
Yeah, exactly. They can't just kind of make it balanced. They have to make it the same.
it looks a little bit
Keep-
silly for
yeah.
sure.
All right, this is. I like this card a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Kinsbale Aspirant. It's a 2/1 Kithkin Citizen. Of course, it's these days. Basically, 100% of cards are named Aspirant for some reason.
That's so true. They think that's so clever, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, this is a fancy word.
Well, they gotta have fancy words.
It's so
Fancy words
true.
are fun.
It does make it more fun.
It's a 2/1. You have to hold a Kithkin or pay 2 to cast it, so it's kind of like
Obviously, Kithkin only, but really good.
really good. And man, if there's a Kithkin standard deck, this is going to be why that deck is playable.
Yeah,
That's a
because-
good point. Yeah.
Awesome for the Kithkin deck. You'll never play it anywhere else, but this is a great reason to be in Kithkin.
Card kicks ass.
Yeah, card kicks ass.
It's just hurts. It's gonna be painful. There's some guy. If your opponent is like stumbling in any way,
Oh
they
yeah.
will just die.
There's also the opener with this of this turn 1, then turn 2 the Kithkin signpost that when it or another Kithkin comes in, you give a Kithkin 1/1 trample. Swing with this as a 4/3 trample on turn 2.
That's nuts. And then you
Yeah.
could also play the 3-mana tribal enchantment.
Oh yeah, make
After
2
that.
more Kithkin.
Imagine
Yeah.
that curve.
Yeah, this card will be part of some like
It's-
board states that just win the game before your opponent gets to do anything.
yeah. But yeah,
I'm so paranoid that we're not recording right now.
just
Okay, let's keep rolling.
live. All right. Next we have the a rare Kithkin, Kinscare Sentry. It's a 2-mana 2/2. It has first strike and lifelink. When it attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand with mana value X or less onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, or X is the number of attackers you have. This, again, if
This
there
is a throwback, isn't it, to a different Kithkin from Lorwyn, like back in the day?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
It was.
preeminent captain. or
Preeminent
something?
captain. Yeah, you
Yes,
got
that's it. I remember that card. It's from my middle school days or something.
And it this is
Much
another
better.
card that would be played in standard deck if it existed, or if you just wanted to go to F&M and have some fun. Like, what's wrong with that? I'm
This
just
card is
saying.
way better than the old version.
Yeah, it costs 2.
It costs
That's
2
pretty big.
less. It has lifelink now.
These are good abilities. I think that in limited, it is good. It's not a bomb,
it's
but
very-
man, as far as but the rate is just
You play it for sure.
It's at a very above rate 2-drop.
Any white deck wants it, even. I would say.
I would say some Merfolk decks I might actually be hesitant on this for.
Really?
Kithkin are attacking a lot more than Merfolk
Oh,
are.
that's true.
And Merfolk, there's going to be like more
I still think
like
it's good.
grindy Merfolk value builds, but there's definitely like Merfolk can also be tempo, and if you're tempo, this looks spectacular on curve.
Yeah.
So
I still just think that the keyword abilities are good.
Or worth
It doesn't
it.
take
True that.
that much
Yeah.
for a like, imagine if this
No,
card
you're
wasn't a
on it,
rare
yeah.
and didn't have the second thing.
It would be insanely good.
Then you'd be
Still.
like, hell yeah.
If it was an uncommon, 2/2
We did- I
first
mean, we
strike
had that
lifelink
in-
for 2.
we did have that in Bloomborough actually.
And it was
first
good.
strike?
Yeah, it was
did.
good. Yeah,
And that one was even like, that one was the wrong tribe, right?
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
this
So, yeah,
one
no,
is
no, no, you're on it. I
and
agree.
you still played it in decks that were a tribal deck.
Yeah, and you still
like
ignored
mice,
it.
even
Yeah,
though
no,
it's
it
a
was great
weasel.
mice. Yeah, so
Yeah,
no,
and it was a weasel. Yeah, that was right. Yeah, it was like not even a
I
tribal.
agree,
for
Ben. I
anything.
think you're on the ball. This is
So
good
just
card.
like think of this as an uncommon, and then with a bunch of upside, and you'll be happy.
Yep, I
Right.
agree.
That's true.
Kith Keeper.
Kith Keeper.
7 mana, vivid, make.
Is that a
give
fucking
him-
moth? Like what
It's
is
like
that
a it's a
shit?
moth thingy.
The
Am I allowed to
elementals.
swear? I don't know.
Yeah,
No.
you can.
Okay,
I can't
good.
stop you. The
Okay.
elementals in this set are awesome,
Such cool art.
surreal looking. Yeah,
Yeah, I love
non-
the wings.
the non-flamekin ones.
I like that.
And you can tap 3 things to give this thing +3/+0 and flying. I'm not the kind of person who plays cards like this.
And is it
I am,
elemental
I
a
am.
5
And you
color?
are.
I'm the kind of person who plays cards like this.
Totally. Yeah. Let me see. So okay, so are elementals 5 color tribal basically?
I kind
There
of.
are 2 different kinds of elementals in
Yeah.
one.
So this
That's
is
the
not
thing.
for a Kithkin deck, obviously, right? This is
Of course
actually
not,
for a
yeah.
5 color elemental deck.
This is not the kind
Even
of
though it
7
makes
drop that you
Kithkins.
play in Kithkin. You do play that giant, you don't play this
Yeah,
7 drop.
definitely not. Yeah,
correct.
yeah. I'm sure actually some people might be tempted, but
You
to
have
me, it's
word
the
Kithkin
5
on it.
color is tough. Yeah, there's no way.
My what I like this for is I would say
6/3 flyer. Sure.
there's gonna be plenty of vivid decks, and I think there is good fixing. There's like good like 5 color fixing that just gets any color.
Is there ramp in that fixing?
That's
you
the
think?
thing.
Little
It's
bit.
also just a lot.
You
That
need-
it is a lot of mana,
yeah.
but
it's maybe your finisher.
it is I
you
would
didn't
like
get
to
a
think
rare.
those are slower decks. There are going to be times where you play one of those decks, you don't even put a white source in your deck. It's just like I'm going to cast this off a treasure token or like a
Yeah,
mana
late
rock
game.
or something.
That's such a good point.
And I think this is the kind of card that I'm looking forward to hopefully
Without
just
even a
dropping and
planes.
winning the game with.
I like
mean,
that.
it's
Yeah.
I love this for the Elementals deck, but I completely understand
I think about
hesitation.
fixing the way I do too. It sounds like it's like if it's very expensive, then you can probably figure it out by then.
I think
Whereas
so.
if it's inexpensive, then you really need to have a lot of fixing. for
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, this card's not for me, but it's for some people, and that's good.
It's for Maisie. This one
It's
was
for
made
Maisie.
just for Maisie.
Yep.
Look at those wings, Maisie. Those are just for you. That's
I
pretty
do
cool.
like the wings.
All right, let's proceed. Liminal Hold. Now this is a good removal spell,
Mhm.
unlike the
Man, have I
Ones
ever
that give
seen
you money.
this card before? I don't think I've ever seen a card
I'm-
like this. This
yeah,
isn't
no.
reprinted. I'm just kidding.
might it be a reprint?
It is.
Yeah.
It is not a reprint.
Is
It
a
looks like
functional
they
reprint.
changed the name.
Has there been a card that does this exact thing? Before?
I'm gonna say
positive.
I'm gonna say I don't think so actually,
Okay.
but
Really?
I thought there was.
I could have sworn there was this card. What was it called?
There was-
Vanishing.
I thought there was one that
Light.
gained. No,
There
we're
was-
talking about like a one that gains.
Yes.
2
So,
life for
there is-
4. There is.
no,
There
there's
literally is.
Ben's thinking of the one from Murders at Karlov Manor that's a banishing light that gains you 2 life, but it can only get an artifact or a creature.
Okay. Does
Yes.
it cost like double white or something?
No, it's just banishing light.
Okay,
cost.
so this is worse than that because,
yes.
but it's still better than the other. You're gonna play this if you have it in a
Mhm.
white deck. It's awesome.
The only thing to note
I guess
is,
when I say I've seen it before, I mean like
I understand.
you know what I mean. I mean
yeah.
like it's they changed one keyword,
Yeah.
but it's the same.
The only thing to note is that there is potentially an upper limit on these. That I think if you're in like an aggressive Kithkin deck, there's only so many times you can pay 4 mana for your hard removal.
Dude,
but,
for real.
But you would play it on. I think you would. I play 2 of these.
Oh
in
yeah, I
that
agree.
deck.
The upper limit is two is not too many. 2 will never be too many.
As long as it's your like,
Both
yeah.
of the other removal spells either can't kill blockers or give your opponent more blockers.
Correct.
That we've seen. So
And this
you
is
do
better
need
than
a way to
those.
get through in your aggro deck once you've played your creatures, and this does that. So
Yes, but it is just worth. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Correct. Yes.
Meandering guide,
Meanders guide.
meanderers,
meanders.
meanders. That's
guide.
not even a.
Meander's Guide.
Is that correct grammar?
Yeah,
Meanders
it's a-
guide?
According to
Isn't it a
the flavor
meanderer?
text, there's a place called the Dark
Yeah, there's-
Meanders.
yeah.
According
Oh,
to the
that's
flavor
why.
text of
Meanders
this
is
card.
a yeah.
It's a place. Okay. 'Cause
Meander's
I was gonna say it
guide.
would have meanderer.
3 mana
Sky.
merfolk, 3/2. And when it attacks, you can tap another merfolk you control, untapped merfolk, and return a creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Okay, this is the kind of gimmick that I get up to in Limited.
Yep.
I would like to loop these. I'd like to get 2 of them and have them keep returning each other and trading off.
I like that. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got that kind of a almost like what's that? There's somebody that's like a Boros. Or no, it's a Mardu card that's very, very good at that.
Alicia who smiles at death.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
It's different, but it's
Yeah.
It reminds me of it.
This is
It's,
the kind
it's
of
obviously
card
Merfolk tribal
that I
version and shit.
like the rate isn't great, but it's
Mhm.
passable. And if you get anything from this, which won't be that hard to do, I don't think, just attack once with it, trade it off, get something.
Plus, it's
you're
uncommon.
miles ahead. I like this card in aggro decks. Once again, though, and it's also like a tap enabler is the other thing to keep in mind.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I feel like we just gotta. My hand's getting a little numb. Sorry about
Do
that.
you want me to hold it? I mean, I can.
I feel like I'm nervous about that. Let me just adjust my grip so that I can. There we go.
All right.
Ready? Sweet.
Unit Lamenter, Tree Folk. 3 mana, 2/5. Starts with the counter. Remove the counter. Draw a card. This card is amazing. in
This
the
card
Blight
is
deck.
amazing. Yeah.
And even in not the Blight deck,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
gross.
good too, I think.
That's
Uh-huh.
so gross. And you can put more counters on it to draw
Yeah.
more cards. In fact, it even makes it so that when you blight it, that's actually a positive. That's insane.
Yeah.
You actually want to blight this.
And I think it's fine in a Merfolk deck as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it can handle a heavy blight.
It
And you can activate that ability as many times as you want. So late
as
game,
long
that
as
would be
you have
insane.
counters, yeah.
It's
It's
crazy.
great mana sync. Morningtide's Light. 4 mana. Exile any number of target creatures at the beginning of your next end step. Return those to the battlefield tapped if they're under your control. To the next turn for that. I don't care about this card
Have
at
you
all.
ever seen a card like this? Like Teferi's, but no, that's not.
Yeah, that's another card that
This
I
is-
don't care about at all. So I don't think it's good
Commander
in Limited
players will love this.
or in Constructed.
The
so.
answer to have you seen a card like this is have you seen a fog that makes it that your opponent's creatures can't block
It's just
for a turn.
it's only Commander because it saves you from a board wipe, and that's not relevant in any other format.
I
But it's so relevant in Commander.
that
People
I'm gonna
board
get
wiping all
killed.
the time.
Buy this card someday, and then the person I'm playing against won't understand that it's bad, but it is.
I feel, yeah, they're going to become obsessed with the card and think that helped.
Yeah,
I do think it's cool that it blinks them.
but it's just card
It's
disadvantage.
not that good.
You don't even want to blink your own creatures. You want to blink your opponent's creatures and then attack while they're gone.
Yeah, that's how they're gonna kill me with it. But
exactly.
like,
You can hit your opponents.
that's what.
The whole time I was just thinking that it was just a Teferi's protection.
But there's a million unplayable red commons.
Yeah,
that do
exactly.
that in
Yeah, they
Magic,
do this
so,
for 2
like,
mana.
do that for 2 mana. So
yeah,
Yeah.
weird. It's mythic too. That's so bizarre.
Well,
I mean,
no,
it's
not,
for
because
constructed
it's
stuff.
It's
not
obviously,
even
yeah.
constructed. It's
Commander,
specifically.
period. Yeah.
Certainly.
And they'll
Yes.
pay money for it.
Board might
They're
doesn't
suckers.
matter now. You can't Wrath of God me this time, Jack.
Yep. Personified.
I like the name.
I like the art. I like the name. I like the card. As far as blinks go, I like this a lot better than the last.
Oh, this
card.
is actually really cool and constructed. I feel like don't they
Could
kind of
be.
don't they need things to cheat out all that? Like what's that card? Quantum Riddler. Yeah, that wants
That's
this.
true.
I like this card. I think it's going to be better in constructed than limited. But if you have a few ETBs in your deck, it can be good in limited too.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
think the token means that you always get some guaranteed material, which is enormous. Like, think of a card like Alrund's Epiphany. Like, that card
Totally.
was good because it made a freaking 1/1 tokens.
just a 1/1. Yeah,
2 1/1s, but still. And like,
and it's instant speed, so
So
you can
tapping
create a blocker. if you need
1/1s
to.
onto
Yeah.
stuff makes it better. And you,
Saves a creature, makes a blocker.
yeah. I
instant
like it.
speed. Yeah,
I think it's something I'd very often play as a one of in limited.
I agree.
I'm kind of bummed that it's not a kindred instant for shapeshifters, but that's just me.
It would be nice.
Seems like it really could be, and it's not. And it's too bad. I would much rather see this as the kindred instant for shapewalkers than a repeat of that bad card, crib, whatever.
Crib swap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Effective response, another bad removal spell. This one's a bit better. It has convoke, which is nice, but like again,
Yeah.
these kinds of cards
That's
are
rough.
worse than other removal
How
spells.
is this an uncommon? Is my question.
This
This
is,
seems so.
The
like
rate
it-
is good,
I-
but it's just not a
the
very
rate-
good
You think
effect.
the rate is good?
yeah, the rate's good.
I feel like you see so many commons that are 2-drop that just do this. They don't have convoke, but they're 2-drop.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I guess this is
I-
okay if you have a bunch of little tokens.
I'm
and
trying to
they're
find stuff
attacking
to
with a
like about
giant.
this card,
Yeah,
but I
it's
don't
just
like
bad.
them.
I mean,
It's playable.
It's
though.
okay. It's Kithkin, right?
well,
Like,
no,
'cause
that's
if-
the entire thing. Yeah,
If you're an aggro deck, you want to destroy
Yeah.
it before they block.
I
That's
guess
the
I say it
entire
as a
thing,
late
yeah.
game if they attack with a huge thing and you've got a bunch of little
this
things.
is yet another
It's pretty
removal
specific.
spell.
As my
that-
friend Gavin would say, at that point you're playing like you're losing.
This is another removal spell that Kithkin does not want, but Merfolk will want sometimes.
Yeah.
It is a way to
That's
tap
true.
your Merfolk.
It's another one where the
And-
art is misleading in that way.
Yeah, you
It's saying like use this in Kithkin against when they play their giant.
you'll
Which is you're like hopefully they're dead before they get to
you'll
the
play
giant.
the first copy of this in Merfolk, and you'll probably sideboard the second one because it's still not great. But
I see.
I
Yeah,
think it's playable in Kithkin if you have 22 playables.
that's
but
true.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's fine. Yeah,
like,
it's not.
It will be
it's
the
not choice,
23rd
obvious.
card, but it's gonna be the first card you cut often if you can,
Yeah, that makes sense.
because it's just a very subpar removal spell. You'd much rather have the exiling enchantment.
I
Mhm.
agree.
Let's proceed. Pyrrhic Strike.
You get more unimpressive white removal.
3, Blight 2.
Ooh.
That's
Okay, let's see.
you may Blight 2.
Actually, Blight.
This is
Oh, you
fine.
may
This card's
Blight
fine.
too. Oh, and you can do.
I can.
You
So
can do
oh,
both.
disenchant doesn't matter.
No,
No,
sorry,
this is
I-
much better. This is
kept-
actually pretty
Card's
decent.
fine.
I am
This card's good.
I am just now
Way better than the
realizing
2-drop version.
I kept reading this as mana value 3 or less. Yes, 3 or greater. No, I like
Much
this. Never
better.
mind.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see that. And plus, the ability to do two things with one card is always
Disenchant
better
will
than you
matter
think.
if they have that white rare that's unbeatable that we talked about
Mhm.
earlier. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
I think this is way better than the
And
2-drop.
disenchant matters because of also
Yeah, there
the
are
removal spell.
there are things to disenchant.
Yeah, that will be a
I like
nice
it.
bonus from time to time, but usually it's just a good removal spell. So this is not a bad.
Yeah,
white
no, this
removal
is
spell.
good.
Yeah,
This
this
is a good
is solid.
card.
Reluctant Doom Guide. 3 mana, 4/4.
Reluctant Dung Guard. I'd be reluctant
it's-
about being a Dung Guard too, dude.
It's a -2/-2. And when a creature enters on it, you get to remove a counter. This is a failure card for Kithkin decks.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even really play it in Blight.
I think this is so
Like, I
much
guess you
worse than
would,
those
but-
2-drops we saw that are 4/4s with
I-
2/1/1.
I agree that I don't think you want a lot better cards
Oh,
than this
this
for
is
Blight.
terrible.
Yeah, I
in-
don't know.
Yeah, in Kithkin you gotta just take them where you can get them because the deck wants on type creatures that bad. But yeah,
Ugh.
no, in the Blight deck I don't think this is almost never good enough.
When you put it side by side with the 2-drops that we saw that are 4/4s that enter with 2/1/1s and a real relevant like ability below that, this just looks so bad.
Those were uncommons.
They
Those
were uncommon, yeah, which I guess is always relevant in Magic.
But yeah, this card is another card that you will need to play in Kithkin, but you won't want to.
I could see
Yeah.
this in pack 2, pick 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And when nobody's playing Kithkin, it's going to be pack 2, pick 14
exactly.
after
yeah,
the land.
exactly. That's what you're hoping.
Rise. The Evermore. 2 mana.
Is it Rise? Is that how you say it?
I think it's just Reese. That's
I
how
thought
you
it was-
that's how you spell
That's
the
the
name.
I thought it
Reese.
was Riss. we all thought it was Rise, Reese, or Riss.
Reese.
Let us know in the comments below.
That's not how I've heard the name Reese spelled. But
That's okay. I had a friend whose name was Reese. Sorry, keep going.
Let us know in the
his
comments
parents
below.
play Magic? I guess he would have had to be young, but I don't know.
That'd be kind of sad.
Good question.
Oh, here goes the fucking thing. Okay.
Anyways, continue, Ben.
2 mana, rare, 2/2 flash. When it enters, the thing gets persist. A white and tap, remove any number of counters from target creature you control. Not this cannot enable any combos in constructed, as far as I know, unless they're
Mhm.
very convoluted. But it's a good rate, and
No,
any
sorry.
number of
yes.
counters from target creature. I don't know. What if Dark Depths was? What if you Earth and Dark Depths and then do that?
That's hilarious. That's pretty
Could do
funny.
that.
I like that. What's the one where? Actually, now that you mention it, isn't there like a hex
There's-
mage
Yeah, yes,
Vampire?
Vampire Hexmage
Oh,
does
but
the
that
thing
does-
without a bunch of
without
convoluted
creatures? Okay.
crap. No, yeah, that thing's
Did
way
you need to say something?
better
before?
if you need to do that.
Okay.
I'm not being totally serious about that.
No, that was funny though. I like that.
Yes.
But
This
yeah.
isn't a big deal for constructed. I don't think this is a reason to be in white and limited, but I think
if you're
most of the
playing
time play
Blight,
this. If
this
you're in,
kicks
yeah,
ass.
that's true. That is very true.
Yeah,
But
that
in
is
other
kinda
decks,
cool.
it's just a very good 2-drop.
Yeah, it saves a dude, kind of. Is it good in elves? Do you guys know?
I mean, elves aren't in white.
But if
So
you
that
are
makes it a
playing
little
like an
weirder.
Abzan elf,
Yeah.
You
play
could,
weird
you could
decks.
splash white. You could splash white, baby.
Splashing 2-drops is hard, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
it just depends. Like maybe you will be in it.
Maybe you do.
It
man.
isn't
Maybe
always
this
that.
is the
Life
bomb.
is not always as simple as you think. Maybe you will find yourself.
There's more
playing-
to heaven and earth than you can imagine in your mind, little Horatio, or whatever the quote, right?
more
Shakespeare or
than is
whatever.
dreamt in your philosophy.
There you go.
Um,
In your magic ball.
the
Rest.
deal.
Reese.
What I'm trying to say is there are going to be
Rise.
times when you're going to have a deck that's Abzan and half of the cards are Blight cards,
Yeah,
and half
dude.
of the cards are Elf cards.
That's true.
That's
Very
true.
because
relevant
you
there.
had a rough draft, and
Very relevant there. Then this guy's your saving grace.
Yep.
Okay. You're gonna be like, please, I want to draw that card.
it's the only good card in my deck.
Yeah, it's what's keeping it able to go. This is another card where I feel like there's just a
Yeah.
million cards like this little
And
common
it
combat
sucks.
trick.
You can
And
you want to pay 1 for this.
I
not
feel like
2.
Maisie may have a different opinion on it.
No, Ben's
You
completely
agree?
right.
Okay.
This
This
is
is a one mana ability.
This
now.
is a 1 mana trick. This is a 1.5 mana trick at best.
Exactly.
It's not a 2 mana trick.
It's not on value.
I would like if they took the first strike off of this and made it 1
That
mana.
would be a lot better. I would like
Yeah.
that too.
Let us know in the comments
This
below
is-
if you disagree with
Again,
our
maybe your
verdict on
Kithkin
River
deck
Guard's
sucks,
reflexes.
Yeah, maybe your Kithkin deck sucks.
and you need a card
cards.
in it. So yeah,
But yeah, other than that,
Sure.
Lurker.
4 mana.
So another
2/3
kind of generic looking card,
enters.
man.
I mean,
Very
commons
generic.
often are.
Yeah, commons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's.
That's the
not
point
a-
of it being common, is it's
Correct.
a
It's
common
common.
design. Okay, is there anything we need to say on
I
this one?
still haven't figured out how good these cards are.
I
Glider Kids was a good card in the last set.
Glider
With
Kids
3,
was a
3,
good
4. It's
card.
a
Flyer.
3 mana 2/3 is a lot better than a 4 mana.
So
3/3.
Merfolk, if that matters.
Glider Kids was a good card. Glider
Nothing about this is like synergistic
Yeah.
with Merfolk abilities.
That's why I
though.
thought. That's what I
Glider
thought.
Glider Kids flying was synergistic in that set. Allies were synergistic
Yeah.
in that set, and the allies deck wanted to be a low to the ground beatdown deck. This isn't really doing anything that Merfolk wants to do. Maybe it's gonna end up being, like I said, there's not a lot of flying in this set.
Yeah.
Maybe
good
the
point.
Phantom Monster is going to overperform, but this still doesn't look impressive
doesn't
on
look
its
great.
on its face.
Oh, another rare giant.
Slumbering Walker. Giants are cool.
Yeah, just
Um, This creature enters. It's a 5 mana 4/7. Starts with 2 -1/-1 counters, and remove a counter. Return a creature with power 2 or less. This card is like not even that good in limited because you often won't have anything to return that fits that very narrow criterion.
What would you say, Maisie? Is this a Kithkin card? What is this?
I think it's a Kithkin card, if
Yeah.
anything. But yeah, I agree with Ben that, I mean, the make or break of this is having things to return. I don't know that this isn't directly a Kithkin card or a -1/-1 counter card or anything. It's a, do I have targets to get back with this card?
And if you're playing
And-
Kithkin, you often will. If
Yeah.
you're playing
It might be your
-1/-1
only top drop.
counters,
You're a top card.
top end.
Yeah.
-1/-1 counter decks will never have anything to return because all of those cards have more than 2 power and then enter with counters.
You can get back like a shitty Putrid Goblin.
Yeah, all I could
That's
think
true.
is that maybe you're sacking your Kithkins using the what was it that we were talking about earlier, Wither or whatever,
Blight.
the Blight, and then when you do, you can bring them back and keep on.
Again, you might end up in a
Blighting.
deck that's half Blight, half Kithkin.
Yeah,
and
There
you
could be
gotta
some
do it.
weird combo.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'll say that I'm gonna be really excited to play against the person whose deck is half Blight, half Kithkin.
Yeah.
Because
Right,
I'm
it's
probably
just
gonna.
too rare.
Yeah, because I'm probably gonna put them
sometimes
in the
that
fucking
person-
ground, but
You can
In the
can
next
sometimes do everything right and still have that happen to you in a
that's
draft.
true.
It's so true. You can take what you get, and it's random.
And things just don't work out. Like maybe something's open going one way, and then a totally different thing's open going another way. So you end up in weird decks. But this card just doesn't work. With
It's
a
kind
lot
of a
stuff in this set.
It's not the rare you're hoping for.
Another good
Another
removal
card
spell.
we've seen before.
And this one's awesome.
Paul, honey, it's their comments. You don't have to say that.
It's a pacifism.
It's a
I know.
pacifism. You can pay 2, blight 1, exile. This card is like
This is not the same.
This is well, no,
This is slightly
it's
different.
the same, but it's great.
Pacifism
this
is always
good
good.
blight removal spell. Great cost, and it's not that hard to exile. Oftentimes, blighting 1 will be an upside when it's attached to something that has already done its thing anyway. You will just want it anyway. So I love this card.
Yeah, when this is just a pacifism, it's going to be great, and when the Blight one is extra upside, it's going to be absurd. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. You always just play that 2-drop.
Premium white common removal, for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, one more thing. I will note one thing. I'm not saying Runaway Together is a good card. It is notable that Runaway Together exists in this set as a way for
Yeah.
people in blue to bounce their creatures, but
Oh,
other
that's
than
a
that,
good point.
like,
Yeah,
is
pacifism
Yeah,
gets
you
worse.
can't-
The
st-
second ability is
the
instant speed,
the second
though.
ability is instant speed.
Oh, that's
though,
nice,
so
that's
it's-
that can
relevant.
protect against that. Sometimes.
Anyways, I just wanted to say that.
I liked Runaway Together in Frog decks a lot, but it
I
wasn't.
didn't end up playing it
great.
that much.
Sun Dappled Celebrant, 6 mana, 5/6, Convoke Vigilance. Okay, cool card.
Whatever.
I
fine.
like it. Yeah.
I like it, but I don't
What
like
deck
it
are
that
you
much.
playing this in?
I mean,
Kithkin or Merfolk.
Merfolk mostly.
I
right?
played neither one. I'm more enthusiastic in Merfolk, but I think this is it's nothing crazy, but I think every white deck is generally going to want the first copy of this, and some
not
of them
the
will
second
too.
one.
Yeah, you'd have to be. I guess you're right.
Yeah, unless-
You almost never want second, but yes, it is something.
Thought-Weft Viewer, 4 mana, 0/5, and a creature attacks. All your Kithkins have exalted.
Classic Kithkin tribal thing.
Yeah, maybe. I
Maybe.
don't think so.
I guess
Maybe
it
not
could be in
really.
the abs and toughness matters.
Yeah,
It's just roughly in between, which is kind of awkward.
Well, I mean,
Um,
it's just that's not in between. That's just being good in both situations. So it's
Yeah, I think this card's good.
Yeah.
Team Avatar was great. I don't think this card's as good as Team Avatar, but I think it's still good. And I think you should play it in the Kithkin deck.
I absolutely agree.
I don't think you should play it in a Merfolk deck.
I absolutely agree.
Whereas
What
Blight
about
counters
goblins?
pretty well.
Should this be a
That's
goblin?
true. It also does wear blight counters pretty well.
That's a
If
good
you
point.
have the Kithkin in the Merfolk, or if you have the Kithkin in the blight deck to get like +2/+2 off that, and then just put counters on it, that's
Looking at this, I feel like these overperform from what I expect.
Yeah, Timid Shieldbearer, 2 mana, 2/2, 5 mana, pump your team. Kithkin want 2 of these in
Yep.
your deck.
Kithkin want 2 of these.
They're good.
That's
You want them. You don't.
That's-
You are looking to cut your third copy if you can, but you want some of these in your Kithkin deck.
yes.
The Vaulter. I think this looks good for Merfolk, but I might be wrong.
Let's read the card first.
Yeah.
Sorry. 3 mana, 1/3 flying. When this creature becomes tapped, a Merfolk gets +2/+0. Another target. That's a shame, but it's still good.
Yeah, there are going to be times that you can like do something instant speed to use this as a trick, but even without that, I mean, I do think this is a card that I'd probably play at least the first 2 copies of in a like committed Merfolk deck. I think this is totally fine. There's not only there
It's
was
also cool that you can convoke it, huh?
yes, you can tap for convoke.
It's not a good blocker.
Yeah. It's not a good blocker. Like I said, there is the make your own Sarah Angel with this, but there's also
Yeah.
another thing.
That's what you're talking about.
There is a blue common that we'll see that is not good, that causes you to tap, that wants you to tap your own Merfolk to give it indestructible. You can combo that with this to just attack your opponent for 3 unblockable. I said indestructible. 3 unblockable every turn.
That's funny.
Until they're dead.
Until they're dead.
That works.
This
Lightning
is
bolt every turn. That's good.
this card is a good card at making bad cards good.
Yeah. I think it's a synergy piece for Merfolk decks, but
Yeah.
I would never play this in Kithkin, even
Oh,
though
God,
it is
no.
a kind of okay attacker. It's still
Yeah.
all right. Wanderbrine Preacher, 2 mana Merfolk Cleric.
Really,
Becomes tap gain 2. Great in Merfolk deck.
Really,
this is a
yeah,
good
seeing
card.
that.
This is a good Merfolk card.
Yep.
yep. This looks, yep.
I'll play a few in Blight as well.
With
Yeah.
the convoke stuff, right? In Merfolk, that's what Merfolk wants.
But I would still play it as like a 2-drop in my Blight deck.
Yeah, for real.
I
On
would
it,
say.
I mean, a 2-drop that gains you life when it attacks it also kind of reminds me of some of those survival things.
It is funny. I remember in Edge of Eternities there was a 3/3 for 3 that you had to have like 2 tapped creatures on your end step to get 2 life.
Yeah, so bad.
The barrier to entry is much lower for this, and it's an equally like pretty much
So
equally
true.
on rate body. This is a good Merfolk card, and like Ben said, I think you'll play this in Blight decks sometimes too.
Yeah.
What's Boros supposed to be?
Boros
It used to be
has,
giants.
Boros has
I
some
guess it would be
-1/-1 counter synergy with white
Weird.
and red, so it's kind of also a counters deck. It's also, I think it's more than anything else probably just a deck that you end up in.
Rather than the one that you're going for, kind of.
Probably. You're very seldom going to aim for Boros, but I mean, it's kind of a Blight deck, a little bit less so than Orzhov, but still.
Okay. Wanderblind Trapper. 1 white for a 2/1. Tap a creature, tap this and something else, and one land to tap an opponent's.
This
creature.
reminds me of the thing you were telling me about. Ben.
Gideon's Lawkeeper. This still isn't as good as because you have to
Right.
tap 2 things.
Yeah, you were
They're
saying that
never
these have
gonna
been-
let us have Gideon's Lawkeeper ever again.
Yeah, that's
correct.
what Ben was
So
saying
we
the
gotta
other
accept
day.
that.
Is that these abilities have been like actually the opposite of power crap. They've been power.
But this
Power
is a 1 mana
swept.
2/1,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a tap enabler. This
Yep.
card's good.
Yeah, it's totally still good,
Yeah. And sometimes they,
especially in Merfolk.
in
yeah.
in terms of power downing Gideon's Lawkeepers, sometimes they don't even let you have this at instant speed.
Yeah.
You can't just
Yeah,
hang
that's
on to
true.
it for your opponent's turn. This does quite a few things.
Plus, there's all those Merfolk we saw that want to tap.
I would
so-
play this in Kithkin. This is one of the non-Kithkin I would play in a Kithkin.
I think that's completely fair.
That makes sense because then you could tap
'Cause
your token, your little
Yeah.
1/1.
And also, you just gotta get through.
Yeah,
Their
it's
creatures
just
are gonna
a
be
Savannah Lions.
their creatures are gonna be bigger
Mm.
than yours. It's gonna get some hits in
That's
early,
nice, yeah.
and later on it clears the way. So
That's a great point.
Winnowing. Oh god, that's a lot of words.
It's a lot. Okay, so
Do you want me
convoke.
to? You've been reading a lot of them. Do you want me to?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Alright, Winnowing is 4 and double white for a sorcery with Convoke, and for each player, this will be a little bit of a weird one. For each player, you choose a creature that player controls. Then that player sacrifices all other creatures they control that don't share a creature type with that creature. So
Oh, so
if-
you get to choose.
if
which
your
is a little
if your
rough.
opponent is all elves and 1 goblin, you pick a goblin and they lose all their elves. And
Oh.
ideally, all your creatures are 1 creature type, so you don't have to sacrifice anything.
Yeah,
This
Oh,
is
I see
a
now.
weird card.
So you get to choose their targets.
You do.
That makes a big difference. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
very commander good.
Sideboard card
Yeah,
for hypothetical standard tribal decks.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not really great as a rare. You're not going to first pick this and choose the lane on it.
Yeah,
In
this is
limited, this will often very literally do nothing because people
Yeah.
will be playing tribal
The-
decks. But if they so much as slip up for an instant
Yeah.
and play one
Yeah,
off
but is it worth
card,
6 to kill one off card?
No, it kills everything except the
yeah.
off card. But
Uh,
still,
risky.
yeah. It's I would
Sideboard,
say
like you said.
you
Sideboard.
put this in the sideboard
You
if
don't
you
base your deck on it though.
if you play game 1 and your opponent is not all one creature type and you guys are like kind of getting to board stall territory, then I would play this. That's pretty much it though.
yeah.
I could easily see this being like a pack 1, pick 5.
It'll punish those people who are trying to play Blight Kithkin.
Mm-hmm. One other thing, too, is that if you have a changeling, if your creature types are, like, disparate, you can pick your own changeling and you'll never have to sack anything.
That's cool.
That's kind of a neat little twist. In fact, that might make this really good in Changeling Tribal.
I mean, you
Changeling
still...
Tribal will never
Obviously,
be a
that's-
deck
that's
in
not a
any
thing.
format,
Commander.
Okay.
Yeah, Commander. I was going to say,
Sure.
this is definitely a Commander card to me. It doesn't look like it's even relevant
I think-
anywhere else
yeah.
to me.
I think it's sideboard in both limited and FNM
Constructed,
decks.
maybe?
Well, in like FNM tribal decks,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you're... Yeah.
Okay.